Hey guys, it's Death Metal Gimli. So I just completed my first session, so I'm going to move on to another session. I'm going to be using a different team. I'm still going to be in the UU tier for now. I might do an OU tier, or maybe even PU or DDT. If you guys aren't familiar with those tiers, I would definitely go check out Done Deal. He's a pretty great guy. I watch a lot of his stuff actually. So with the UU team that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be basing it around mega-manectric, essentially, and a Pokemon that I've been experimenting with a little bit actually. It's physically defensive Omastar. So I'll just run through the team really quick. It's mega-manectric, obviously, Hydreigon, Victini, Agility Diggersby, Toxic Spike, physically defensive Omastar, and specially defensive Zapdos with the Defog. So essentially what I wanted to do was build a VoltTurn team. Mega-manectric is a great Mega Pokemon. I actually used him in OU to pretty great success. He gets pretty good coverage just from his three main moves, which is Thunderbolt for stab, Flamethrower, and Hidden Power Ice. I had Volt Switch on there just for obviously VoltTurn shenanigans. EVs aren't really that complex. Max Special Attack, Max Speed. I'm using Timid Nature, although you probably could use Modest if you wanted to. The choice of ability, though, was kind of important to me because the choice between Static and Lightning Rod, I chose Static just because when he is in his regular form, just Manectric, not Mega-Manectric, if he's hit by an electric attack, he ends up getting a special attack boost. So that's really useful. You can switch in on a predicted Thunder Wave or something like that and get that nice special attack boost. Yeah, so I decided to pair him with Hydreigon just because he has a ground weakness, so that nice Levitate there kind of helps with that. I'm not running Roost on this Hydreigon, however. I may remedy that in the future. I haven't done a lot of testing with this team, so we'll see how that works out. I just decided to go for Life Orb, Draco Meteor, and Dark Pulse for some really powerful stab. I am running a mix set, so I have Superpower and U-turn as well. In terms of the EVs and the nature, I obviously wanted a positive speed nature, just because he is kind of fast, but he's in an awkward speed tier essentially, because he's outspeeding threats like Darmanitan, the non-choice scarf obviously, like Darmanitan and Arcanine, but I didn't want to lose that. But it was kind of hard because I was doing a mix set, so I decided to go naive because I felt like a lot more physical attacks would be coming his way. I'm not sure why. I just decided to go for naive. I might switch it. But yeah, I maxed out special attack, 4 and regular attack, just to make superpower and U-turn that 1 point stronger. But you know, yeah, he has a lot of great resistances. Overall, pretty good Pokemon. I don't think he's overpowered in the tier, but he's definitely great. Just Victini, it's regular choice scarf. V-Create Victini. Not a lot to say here, but again, I am going for the plus speed nature just because I do want to outspeed other Scarfers, particularly Darmanitan. I won't outspeed Main Shao, but that's a price I'm willing to take. Yeah, so obviously you got the V-Create, which is ridiculously powerful, and then Bolt Strike and Zen Headbutt for coverage. Zen Headbutt's also another stab, because Victini is part Psychic type. And then, of course, the U-turn for the VoltTurn stuff. So, this Diggersby set is a little bit different. It's an agility set instead of a choiced one. I've actually had a lot of success with this Diggersby in the past on different UU teams. Essentially, you come in on a resisted move or something that won't kill, and proceed to agility up on the predicted switch, and you can just destroy an entire team just with Earthquake, Return, and Quick Attack. Quick Attack isn't necessarily as useful when you have the agility boost, but he is really slow without the agility boost, hitting only 255 speed, so it's a good move to keep it around just because it does give him a use if he can't get that agility up. In terms of EVs and nature, I'm just going Adamant 252 attack for maximum attack. So he's hitting, what is that, 464 after huge powers factored in, which is ridiculous. Like, that's almost as strong as some Pokemon after a boost. So Also, I just got the speed at 252. I'm not using a plus speed nature though, because I am going to be agilitying with it. And at I think that's 510 speed, he's going to be outspeeding almost everything in the tier, regardless, even if they are choice scarfed. I can't remember the exact number that he outspeeds choice scarf Pokemon, or the exact base speed, but he does outspeed choice scarf Darmanitan for sure. So he's really fast after an agility. I put the 4 in special defense because any Porygon that's going to come in and try and get the download boost is going to get the regular attack boost instead of the special attack boost. So that's why I did that. Physically defensive Omastar. This thing's not really seen much play, and I wanted a direct counter to Darmanitan. So because of his he's rock water typing, that basically means he is 4 times resistant to fire attacks. So that's just ridiculous in and of itself. So I wanted something that could come into switch into any Darmanitan, and he's not even 2-hit KO'd by Earthquake, which is his Darmanitan's strongest coverage move against Omastar. He avoids the 2-hit KO. Maybe not after rocks, but without rocks he definitely does. And I can either just Scald or Ancient Power if I so desire. I'm using Shell Armor just because he cannot be struck by a critical hit. Not the greatest ability, but it's great for a physical wall because I'd never have to worry about him getting critted and losing Omastar because of a random crit. So that's kind of nice. Because I am VoltTurning, I wanted some hazards on my team, so I opted for Stealth Rock and Toxic Spikes. It's also great that Omastar can carry both of these as well, because I can switch into a physical attacker and start setting up hazards, and then switch out to something else. But yeah, the Toxic Spikes are great, just because I don't have a lot of status on this team, so it allows me to get a lot of residual damage on my opponent, especially if they're using other things like a stall team. Poison types are a little bit more common than they used to, however, so you just have to be wary when you're throwing down Toxic Spikes if your opponent has a poison type that can absorb them. Stealth Rock is obviously great. I'm going to be causing a lot of switches with this team, so that residual damage is really helpful. I went for Scald and Ancient Power just because they both are stab moves. Scald is great for taking out physical attackers that might try and just power through my Omastar, and Ancient Power is pretty good coverage, I would say, with Scald. It is a little weaker, but it is a special rock type, which you don't see very often, rock type move. And it also has the chance to boost all of my stats by 1. Like, I've never been able to get this boost in game, but it could potentially be game changing if I got that boost. In terms of EVs, full physical defense, 4 EVs and special attack with bold nature. Nothing crazy here. Just trying to take as many physical hits as I can and throw up some hazards and maybe maim something with Scald. My last Pokemon is specially defensive Zapdos. I wanted something that had a little bit of synergy with Omastar, so it does have the grass resists, the fighting resists, and the ground immunity because it is flying type. So I thought they kind of had a nice defensive synergy going on there. Also, Omastar can put up hazards, and Zapdos can remove them with the fog. Even though I am running a spike stacking team, I do want the defog just so that I can get rid of any hazards on my side of the field, because I am VoltTurning a lot, the hazards on my side of the field will end up doing a lot more damage to me in the long run, so I really need to be careful of that. I'm also just running Roost to keep my Zapdos healthy, and the obvious Volt Switch, and then I'm running Heat Wave instead of Toxic, because I have the Toxic Spikes on my Omastar. Again, EVs are pretty simple. It's just max special defense and 4 EVs and special attack just for the little bit more powerful Heat Wave and Volt Switch. I'm also just running the Calm Nature for more special defense. Alright, so that's my team. I'm going to go and find a session now. Thanks for watching.